Alright, hello everybody. We are streaming again, and indeed I haven't actually told anyone that I'm live streaming, and that will be a starting point. So let's do that, because we know how to do a compelling stream. A compelling stream is me telling people that I am doing a compelling stream. Tell you what, I spend too much time on Twitter. I think that's fair to say. I'm streaming. What am I doing? I am live streaming some work now at our right, so let's do what we should. So that's the first thing we do. The first thing we do is we clear up. So it's clear that we are working on an entirely fresh user area. This user area is only used for live streaming, to make sure that I have no access while I'm doing this to personal information, so I can't accidentally broadcast personal information. That's also so that it's easier for people to volunteer and maybe help out when they do this sort of thing. So I have nothing up my sleeves. Alright. So what's the first thing we're going to do? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up a web browser, and be aware that I haven't got my normal set of shortcuts. I'm going to go to github.com/equalitytime, which is the standard place for equality time issues. Now, while I'm here, we are going to look at the projects, and we want the public tasks. That shouldn't be there. That's interesting. So, this is our project board. This is our public project board. If you go here, you'll see all these projects. They're in rough priority order. These are the most important. Over here, as we go to the side, are less important. This one on top of the most important shouldn't be here at all. So let me see what happens. Let me move that over. I think that's actually meant to be... Oh no, it is meant to be there. It just needs to be converted a little bit more clearly. No, it's not in that one, it's in public. I need to properly map that issue, so that's worth doing. And in fact, I think I might. So, let's open this issue. This issue is currently blank, there is nothing in it, and we need to tell people what's going on. And first of all, it should be August 10th. Now we have a budget from Comic Relief. That is certainly true. You can about the work with CR in this wiki page. And the way we're going to do that is by going to the Open Voice Factory wiki. And Comic Relief. Indeed, this one's going to link back in a minute. We also have 9 months to spend it, and we need to be able to, and any money left over will be returned. Should try and make sure we do. Plan. Make the budget public. That's the first thing. Make the budget public. Check that we have included everything that we still believe we need. Check that. Our costings are correct for the other aspects. A context in here. Comic relief is part funding the overall project, and the other amounts don't have to be returned as quickly. So there might be sections of the project that need to be paid sooner. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's not that, it's so we should know which parts can be delayed if we need to. Things are correct for the aspects. Okay, once we've done that, we'll know the budget is accurate for the project. We'll confirm. Then out the timings and our spend at each point in the calendar. Okay, that is definitely the things that need to be done. Making the budget public is interesting. So I should be able to make the budget budget public. I'm hesitating a little bit because, so what I could do is could I just go and get it? Now there's a little bit of work to go and get it because it's a sheet in a file which contains a lot of personal information. So it's not easy to bring it out. Once it is brought out though, it should be quite doable. And in fact, actually this sort of depends on another project. So this is fairly interesting what's going to happen here. I'm going to put in a note. So this is a highly important, we're going to update that for a second. This is a highly important thing because I need to make sure that I'm spending the money that I've promised to spend. And so it's in the highly important bit. It does, however, depend on this one. All right? So what actually needs to happen now is this needs to go over here because it is, if it depends on it, it is that important. So let's do that. Oh, press the wrong button. Press the wrong button. Reorder cards, move to I'll say, so what you should see, there we go, this one has now moved over. So, this one is now the most important thing because that one depends on it. So let me make sure that's clear. Dependencies. This issue must be completed first. Okay then. So, I can't work on this until I finish working on this, so let's have a look at that now. This is about how we manage our finance. The point here is that we have some documents about spending. We need to make sure that they are accurate and they are properly done. Now our accountant was looking at a cash book, but they have now completed it. And I have 2 ongoing actions, so let me do something to make sure that I have this. So let me go into, these are my next actions. And that's now, ooh, merge failed. Git stash, git pull, rm minus rf. What I'm doing is I'm checking out my task list, which is public. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. I'm going to go to the bottom, and these are the ones where I'm adding stuff. So what I'm adding is some tasks about this issue. Okay, so some actions that now need, the accountant has given us the cash book back and it looks good. I'm going to have a call with him. Arrange call with accountant. So that you can do expenditure against grant. And because we said this is the most important column, we're going to make it important once, and this would take about 10 minutes. So that's the first thing. I need to arrange a call with the accountant. Once I've done the call to the accountant, what do I need to do? Oh, something the accountant's already asked me to do, which is send set of Unity statements to accountant. Might actually be able to do that live. No, I can't do it that live. Well, I can't do it live and interestingly to anyone watching. Anything else I need to do for the accountant? I don't think so. I also need to do my general expenditure. More. Okay. Can do those 2 things. That means I do this. So now in my inbox we'll see them. Now, this one really doesn't have any way of making it public, right? I can't release the spending fees because they contain people's personal information. I can do the correspondence on it maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. So, I've got these things to do, which, in fact, I can do that message now, can't I? Because that can be done on my phone. Silly me. Alright, so I've texted him, but that's not yet arranged. Tom. So that I can at least do there. Alright, so I've done some actual work on that. What's next? That has to be an offline, because it's publish the Open Voice Factory Risk Assessment. Okay, so that needs to become an actual issue. And that's quite doable, so let me convert it to an issue now. I'm putting it in public, as you'd expect. You should see it there, it is now an issue. Alright. It needs a risk assessment. ICE 1. And it should be public. Find template. My account has confirmed the meeting. Draft. Draft risks. Send to GM for feedback. Make public. Alright, so oh, these are created by me, right. Got completely confused by what that was then. Right, I'm going to repositories and public, so I'm looking for the issue where we talked about risk assessments. Believe it or not, I don't. Oh no, I'm waiting for some of that. So, hang on, there's 5 there. And there's 5 there. So what am I missing? There's a development, there's a document management, there's post-market surveillance. Oh, well, we got 2 post-market surveillance. Fuck's sake. Right. Okay, so I've got some sort of template. What else? Okay, I have got some sort of policy. That's worth remembering, so let me put that into my notes. Oh. Did I just upload that twice? Okay, at the moment I do appear just to be downloading a bunch of files that say risk in it, and that is indeed what I'm doing. "17 days ago, I found a thing called risk policy," so let's pull that down. Alright, so that's all the files. Now I've got to inspect them, so let's miniaturize you, miniaturize you, miniaturize you. What have I got in downloads? Should have everything. Now, risk policy. We should have a risk assessment, yep. Is this an actual risk assessment? That is a risk assessment. It turns out I do have the risk assessment, and I do have a risk policy. Right. Well, that's clearly excellent. So let me go back into my thing, because there's two things I should do now. One of which is to go back to that file I'd open. Because it's not that PMS. Oh, it is that PMS. That PMS policy is important, but it's not that important. And what I need is, let me just upload it. Risk policy. And risk assessment. Alright, now the question is, that's now good. So now let's look at the risk assessment. Let's assume we're going to make some changes to it. Make it V2. And see how much we want to make in terms of changes to it. That's weird. You know, I've never looked at that sort of thing. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Well, laying out a risk. Right. I really want to, so I'm looking at the risk assessment here. I really want to include a thing about, okay, first of all, we should change the word labeled to labeled. You know what? Let's close this and don't save. So I found the template and we drafted the risks. What I need to do now is actually the current state of the risk assessment is here. Alright, so this is going to get a little bit more complicated than you might think. So, the reason this is really important, and indeed is here, is because we needed to have one. That's not the same thing as, and we do have one, it's not the same thing as being publishing it, so I'm going to move it down a little bit, but I am going to ask for it to be reviewed. Is it still in here? Well, I've actually done that, so I need to leave that open. Yeah, so this published risk assessment actually needs to be in another place. I need to make that less. So I'm going to reorder cards. I need to make it less important, so I'm going to move it to internal commitments with a deadline. Yes, you can see it doing. So, okay, next, startup phone to comic relief. That should be a nice easy one because I've done it. So that's quite cool. Sent. Closing comment. That is now closed, and I'm going to. So here's a question: is it worth blogging that? Is it worth blogging that? We filled basically. I filled out a form. It was an important form. It didn't make me think deeply about the project. Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think this is worth blogging. Basically, so I'm going to archive it, which is nice because it's nice to have fewer things that I'm meant to do. All right. Now that's been dealt with, indeed, let's get rid of. Oh, I've got ahead of myself. I have got ahead of myself because what I was intending to do is go into this project. I've kind of got behind myself. Start again. I'm meant to be doing these in order. The one about making the risk assessment public made me think of something I wanted to do in here, and I'll do it before I forget. What I want is well, can I tag well? Well, Wade, GitHub. Let's put those back on. Okay, I'm going to follow him just so he gets a nice extra thing. Is it not well? Well, Wade. The risk and could do. Let's see if I've missed anything. Is that gonna tag him? I don't know if that's going to tag him. Let's find out. Let's find. I don't even know if he does. I feel like he's one of the people I should have seen on Twitter recently. Right. You in? I've tagged you in. What's the GitHub issue? Let me know if you don't get the notification. Oh, yeah. So that's the addition there. Now let's go back here to public tasks. We looked at that one. There's nothing else I can do it on a public. We looked at that one. There's nothing else I can do it on public because it's waiting for that one. Implement the actions for the medical device policies. Let's have a look. Oh, I meant to have done that. Let's see. I think I think I was waiting for Will, waiting for Greg on that, but I didn't actually ask him. I created that. Good architecture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Greg's put in a bunch of stuff, which I'm sure is sensible. Driver. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I was going to presume that's been done. Close Will's page. Alright, so after the wiki page has been done, has a roadmap wiki page been done? Let's find out. I'm going to assume that's fine, and he would have mentioned it otherwise. Alright, template for release notes is done. Project for next release is done. I haven't done controlled documents, which does need to be done privately because it contains private documents, and I've created the roadmap. So that's just that. I know that's in my tasks. It will get done. Alright, so that's that one. To give my recommendation for 2019 strategy, I did this. What it should be now is in blogging mode. Yeah, okay. I'm going to find it as well, but I'll move that over to blogging. I'll close it though. It's important. Alright, what's the next one? Just that one's closed. We're getting the hang of this. There's not that much left. There's only 7 left. I don't know what it was at the start. I might. Can I scrub back on my own feed? That's kind of interesting as an idea. Hang on a second. Let me. Okay, there was 9 at that point. Is there going to be 9 at the start? Let's find out. 1 second. Fascinating bit. Yeah, 9, 3. Interesting. Let's check that aspect as well. Alright, where do we got to? Imminent actions, medical device done, technical file. Look in technical file, see if there's anything I can do. Oh, thank you, Greg. That's quite nice. Excellent. Thank you for each of these. That's going to make life easier. I say it's going to make everything easier. I think, having just been quite so happy at all of those going to a place, I now probably have to add them all into the project. Well, I could do it from here. So, detailed description of architecture. It's interesting because we've now got a bunch of extra tasks. That should be in there. Alright, I think this is a conversation that Greg and I need to have about making sure, about working out where we are on each of these. But actually what we're going to do is, when we have a meeting, we're going to use this as the base. I'm going to go through and check in on everything. Alright, let's move back. Yeah, that needs to be written with the setup. Alright. Alright, deliver fine business case to challenge dementia of Essex. Alright, so this, actually, I might need to do some work. Alright. Okay, let's have an update. I've got 2 care homes who are interested, and so I need to print them a poster, make up a package. First, not unfortunately, just first I've got to add in missing icons. Alright, so, whoa, I've got completely lost as where we are. Right. Alright. Now, where have I got to? So, let's do missing icons. Alright, so do that. let's look at the draft board. I forget it's in Dropbox rather than the other one. Download it. Has that downloaded? Yes, it has. It's overtaking an age to run. This is fun, right? Oh, I'm not really interested in what's new problem. Yes, you can send enhanced. Yes, I would like to start using PowerPoint. It is so hot. Alright. So most of these icons were chosen very professionally and very sensibly by a much more qualified person than me. But that there are still some that need to be fixed, right? So for example, stay. So we need to find a word for stay. Let's see if AAC has anything good on this. What do I reckon AAC will have a symbol for stay? It's possible. Well, no, that's not quite it, is it? There's an open argument here, which is that if it's not got a good symbol, we probably shouldn't use it in these terms. That is interesting, isn't it? If it's not a good symbol, we shouldn't use it in these terms. Okay, we'll come back to stay. Let's see if we can do it right. So I feel like certainly some of these will have good easy symbols. Bottle, for example, should be pretty good. Let's try bottle. Let's have a bottle. Alright, where's even a download picture? Yes. Have we not got SVG? I should know this stuff. SVG. Well, those are all in SVG. Have I at least got bottle? Good. Just want things to work. For the sake of the argument, this is going to be an ugly hack, but I would like to get stuff working. Logo is the keep. Alright. Scale all changes. How is that barely helping? Well, that's better. Right, maybe it's just doing this. Right, I think I've maybe just, up until this point, never quite understood how to work that. Right, let's try that. That's actually quite a lot better, and that's probably a useful skill I now have. Right, let's see what to do now. Alright, so I've now got a picture of a bottle. I've got a picture of a bottle which isn't going in. Alright, I have a bottle. So what's my next missing symbol? And I think that's a definite enough bottle in the circumstances. Oh, we are suffering, aren't we? I am suffering from a chronic loss of signal. It's going to start getting difficult very quickly. Wait, am I crashing PowerPoint? I appear to have completely crashed PowerPoint. Alright. It's a bit worrying. Aha. Also, hi EA. Thank you. Going to be a useful fact. Right. Wait. Come on. Come on. Remember not to save this in future. It's probably a 50 meg file. Alright, what's the next missing one we have? Dentures. Dentures cannot be a difficult thing to find, surely. That's a question for the ages, isn't it? Let's bring this one back up. Alright, AAC. Can you give me dentures? It's not great dentures, is it? I cannot false teeth, false teeth. Let's try straight. Hang on, let's try open icons, open symbols. AAC. I did mean open symbols. It's handy. Alright, let's try search false teeth. That is perfect. That is exactly what I want. What's a noun project? I feel like I've heard of a noun project. I feel like I've nearly used a noun project. Let's check the license though, because otherwise we're going to get into trouble. So easy, share, copy, adapt, even commercially. Yep, that is a good, friendly license. We like that person, and we are going to download this. I could just copy the image, can't I? Hang on. Attribution. I need to remember that I've used this. That's the important thing. Move on to business case. Make sure you have attributed bank. That'll be helpful. Alright. Dentures is live. Let's bring in. Well, that's the opposite of what I wanted to do. Alright, let's do it the hard way. Let's save images. Nice friendly SVG file there. Oh, now I've got to colour it in. Right. Is it paintbrush I've got on here? Did I get paintbrush? Yes, I did. Alright, for those tuning in, you are now watching a man use paint. Let's bring up Chrome again. I want to bring up YouTube just in case any random messages come up. Where am I? I want the dashboard. The live dashboard. Right, where have we got to? Paint. Cancel. I want to open. Oh, and indeed, I have also got some messages from EA. That is wonderful. Right, documents, now downloads. Why don't I just save that? As seriously, fine. This deal gets worse all the time. I'm just going to import the dentures in black and white for now, with a view that I will solve that problem later. I feel like PNG allows a transparency, right? Am I being serious, crazy about this? I think I might be being crazy about this. Well, none of those do me any good. Let's try doing it the really silly way, which is I'm going to take a screenshot of it and then see if I can deal with the screenshot in a nice way. Let's open that with paintbrush, and let's do some colouring in. I do want ridiculously red dentures. Bump, 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 and also bump. I'm an artist, and I do also want ridiculously transparent background, which I think has worked. So let me try that. which might even work. Can we get something? Whoa, that was a big teeth. The adventures of putting things together. Right. Oh. Could even make that whole thing slightly smaller. I realise I've done comedy teeth, and these aren't what. No, these are the dentures that say the Joker would have as a amusing prop, but nevertheless, this is what we're getting. Alright. Wolf, you in? You're in for the sake of it, for our purposes. Alright. City and country. I'm going to see if we've got anything good in open symbols for city or country. I'm not feeling overly hopeful, but we'll see. If not, I'm going to have another conversation. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? That city. That couldn't really... That could really work. Again, I might just do it as a... Is there anything equally good? No, I do think that's what I'm looking for in the circumstances. Alright, let's... And for the faff, I am just going to make this big, and I'm going to make this big, and this is the worst way of doing icons. We should be clear, and if I was doing it for something that was a little less rough, I'd definitely be doing it differently. But this is what you're getting at the moment, because what's important is we get something good. So, bang, save, minimize, close you, bring in something to city. It's going to be massive, isn't it? It's going to be so big. Alright, let's make you 1 centimeter. Okay, let's make you 5 centimeters so I can find you. There you go. It's a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Could not find my city. You'll have to do. Alright, let's see if Open Symbols has a good country. Where are we going? Oh, I minimized it. Do. I think that's a bit particular, these ones. Yeah, these are all particular countries. Oh, it's also country as opposed to city, isn't it? That was what makes sense. So I think I want countryside. Let's have a look a little bit more. I do have to, thinking about it, because these are core words, I'm going to have to check this with our designer as well to make sure that I am getting these right? That it really is this meaning of country she meant. Well, I've not done something stupid, have I? It's not. It is spelt the same. Yep. All right. This live streaming is just an exercise in me being stupid at times. Oh, we're still saving. Alright, so while that's happening, I'm going to take that countryside, which actually in this... Oh, I could have edited it live. Can I edit it really live on the thing? That's kind of interesting. Huh. Let's get out of it. Huh, didn't know you could do that. Alright, let's save image as, because the image is fine as it is. Countryside in downloads. That'll be great. Alright, let's see where we end up. It's now saved. I can presumably put a countryside in it. This is going to be massive. It's vanished. There it is. Do 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 do. No, that might need to be checked later. Shall I do? No. Where's bottle moved? All right. Hotel. Oh, I can just do this one, can't I? Hotel. None of those are brilliant, are they? Oh, I think I'm missing sing, aren't I? Song. I am actually missing song. This doesn't not clear why hotel is marked on that one, but I'll take it. What's this one? This one is AAC, so it downloads presumably as a PNG. Is it a transparent PNG? I don't know where I stand with these formats all of a sudden. It is a transparent PNG. Brilliant. Let's pop it in. It would be nice if they came in the right space, wouldn't it? I think that's a legitimate song, right? Could be wrong. I think that's fairly legitimate. I haven't got one for hotel, but let's try radio. We kind of want an old person radio. You know what I mean? We want a radio for the care home. Which of these looks most... So for me, that's the sort of iconic radio of my youth. However, it does seem a bit... oh, I've got a chat thing to reply to. That's hi EA. Assuming you can hear this. This isn't actually for going into Open Voice Factory. We do use board still in Open Voice Factory. It's still the thing that our users want. But this is for printing. This is a poster. I've lost my train of thought now, haven't I? Oh, radio. Right. So this is the radio that I'd use. I feel like that's closer to a sort of thing of my generation, but it's not that symbolic. It might be that remains a better one. Ooh, that sort of iconically feels radio-y, doesn't it? What else is going on? That looks pretty solid. Now I'm doing clock radio because that's the sensible way of doing this. Let's save it. Ooh, pins and needles. Oh, hang on, we might also have alarm. Do we have alarm in here? It's not, let's avoid confusion. We don't have alarm. And if this is the one pointed at, then it gets you most of the way there. Certainly if this was Richard, I'd take radio for alarm. I'd get most of one. Where are we going? There we go. Oof. Alright, it's at least starting to get slightly more rapid, because I've worked out how to use the excellent resource that is Open Symbols. God, it's got to be a good newspaper. No, you're getting a good search. You know, I was expecting better. Well, we'll take newspaper. Bum 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 bum. Oh, that was the wrong button. Open it in preview where it didn't need to be. Right, so what I'm ending up on this is what we're probably going to finish with is we're going to finish with a set. It's going to be more complete, but it's not going to be that complete. I'm still going to need to. I was hoping to get this out before my researcher came back from holiday, as it happens, but there are going to be some obvious questions I need to check in with them. I'll make sure the dates all line up, or coming back to it if we get a phone call at the airport. Magazine. Yeah, it looks like what I'll be handing back is a more complete thing, in a more complete document with some questions. Like, how important is this? Yeah, what we've not done so far is we've looked at a list of words and core words that people might want. And might be triggered by symbols. We haven't considered that some symbols don't trigger their words particularly well, so there might be a better way of allocating the resource, which is interesting in its own right, right? Chess has got to be easy, right? Got to be able to do chess. I hope. Can't do chess. We'll get that working. One of the reasons I'm doing this, like this, just Googling things rather than my researcher, is I think it's really important that you like, if you're getting someone to do something, you should be doing the dirtiest job yourself, right? And in this case, that's doing the searches, finding the symbols that are easy, and copying and pasting them in. No, is PowerPoint just having a moment? I'll have a moment then. I'll have a break. If any of my trustees are watching this, I'd quite like a new laptop. I'll check. It is, well, this is saving. It's better than it not. Better than it not. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to see if I can find a good one for team, because I feel like team's going to be really hard. No, don't do that. That's pretty solid. Certainly the others, I mean, it's really football specific, but Kerhome in the UK, I suspect if you're saying team, that's probably what you're talking about. Go on, let's try that for team. Save images. Let's see if we can find referee while we're here. Referee should be easy, right? Yeah. I'm deliberately using the less symbolic ones because I think it's clear from the desk research we've done so far that we don't have to be too worried about icons. And indeed, I had some correspondence suggested we should just use photos. I'm not convinced by just use photos, but I'm convinced enough that we're going to be doing some Googling before this goes much further. This is a very early use test of the concept. We're going to make the concept halfway there, we'll get somewhere. Nice little referee man. Well, it's not actually clear, is it? The gender of this referee. Let's put it down a little bit. Pop it in there. And let's get the team in. Oh, there's a climber in there for sport. I feel that's probably pushing it a little bit in terms of where we're aiming this, but yeah, fine. Let's go with it. I'm a climber, for the reference. That's where we ended up. Alright, so we have teams, referees, game. Oh, chess. Did I accidentally press save? I think I might have done. Yeah, I pressed save, didn't I? Alright. That's another. That's another pause for a bit. Check the Twitter. Okay, just over an hour and a quarter on this stream. I'd like to be able to do 2 hours, but actually we have guests coming at almost exactly the 2 hour mark, and I need to make the place look nice. And check in more generally with people. I wonder how close are we to finishing this. I remember these being the hard looking ones. Tell you what though, if there's only hotel left, then I might just send it as it is. Although I can see hotel being the sort of thing you say relatively regularly in the care home to visitors. And I can see it being a word you lose. So it's a bit tricky to work it out. I kind of want a no vacancy sign. It just has to be... No, it has to be a... We'll find out. Alright. Let's move in chess. Chess in. Did chess arrive? Any chess? Oh, there's another page. That's going to slow me down. Ah, that's that problem with this. So these young people with their other pages. Right. Begin chess. I would like to hope that the other page doesn't have any problems on it, but that's looking pretty unlikely. So what have I got left on this page? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay. It's going to be really hard. I'm not convinced by weight in the circumstances. All of these verbs are pretty hard. All right. All these verbs are pretty hard. If they work, I'll be really impressed. But nevertheless, they might. They might. And even if someone's just in this region, they can be guided to a region, can't they, because of the sentence structure. You know, if someone's talking about a thing or a verb. Yeah, today's going to be hard, but let's have a look at the other slide. Alright, now we're missing anniversary. It's going to be tough. Interesting. No idea what the icon for interesting. Yeah. Pillow and fan I can do, but the others are, yeah, this is a definite conversation to have. Definite conversation to have with my researcher. Right, that's what we got. Game and news. Well, we're not using a control pad. Alright, so I'm trying to find the icons for my dementia board. I'm saying this because someone new just joined the stream. We have a board for dementia, which we're going to put up in a couple of care homes. We've got some permission from care homes. We're just finishing off some of the harder icons. The language all was all very research based, but we haven't got much for the language. I'm currently on game. And I don't think in a care home I'm going to want the control pad. That seems to be football first. A board game. It's hard to do game in general, isn't it, without doing the actual thing, particularly since football is ahead of it. Like, you've also got football, is what I mean. I'm inclined to take board game because game is at least in the title of what that is, right? So let's take board game. It's a bit black. I want board game. That's which toy do you want, doesn't it? I love that there's an interactive whiteboard. Oh, Tarasol, turning up. Pops to EA. Let's see. These are all very dark. What have we got? Okay, I'm going to have to take the dark one. In the absence of... what does it look like if I invert the colours? Oh, I haven't got that set up here. Is it snakes and ladders or something? Oh, that really is meant to be snakes and ladders. Is that what snakes and ladders looks like? How about... Can we have Monopoly? Monopoly? That's just totally black as well. Honestly, guys, I mean, it's a better board game actually. Yeah, let's use board game. That's a different license though, so I've got to remember that I've got to license that one. And we'll see where we end up. Alright, let's take it. anyone out there has a better PNG file, I would love to hear it. See it, you know what I mean. Alright. I'm going to just hope that looks good when it's blown up. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Because I've got the thing in the wrong place. Let me move this around. There you go. You can see. I'm now going to do news, admittedly, but hey, most of the way there. Right. Where have we got to? Right. I'll sit up for a start. News is going to be a really hard one. That's pretty good. Not sure about your tagging there, yeah. Let's take news. I'm also going to stop fairly soon, simply because it is so hot in here. That's going to be the reasonable, sensible reason. Right. Move you down. Okay, it's soap, but it's soap in the sense of, at least I think it is, it's soap in the sense of a soap opera. Soap opera. You've just given me opera. Got no idea. Not sure about soap opera. We'll come back to that. That might be one where it's a hard choice to be made. Alright, what have we got up here? Interesting, very hard. It's not clear why more works, but less doesn't. Alright, pillow. I'm actually going to look for a different more. Oh, we've got more, but I feel like there's probably a better more. Is there a better more? There is not. Fine, let's see if there's a less. Oh, that's interesting. There's the AAC less and more, but there's not the other more. I might come back and do that, but let's do pillow. That's pretty weird. These are all fairly strange. I'm going to take that. It's the problem with a pillow is it's quite hard to distinguish a pillow, isn't it? It is just a white rectangle. This could also be any one of many things. Let's do the right, it's pillow. Let's do fan. And actually, I will do the more and less because that's important. Because I've got most of the way in my head to deciding to do it, and it'll just be a pain for my research to do it later. I didn't press save, did I? Right, next time I accidentally press save, I'm just taking it as it is. Also accidentally not wearing my watch. It will come in soon. Yeah, we could be waiting for a while. Just gonna be waiting for a while. Yeah, we're wrapping up, so I'm not going to do it anymore of this. And indeed, what I might do is, given that as I'm going to spend some time, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this up now. No, I'm going to do it in another few minutes because this just has to keep going. People need to see that this is the life of someone winning a charity. Just looking at a beach ball forever. Let's quickly see if there's anything else I can do in my public tasks. I'm doing this one. That one looks like it's passed. It just needs to be rewritten. Let's see what I've got. Fan. I was doing fan. Let me do fan. Pressing save, I want more and less. There's going to be that more. And this less. Alright, this is as far as I'm going to go on this one. I'm realizing I might have to, if GitHub doesn't like this being uploaded, I'm going to have to take it off on a USB stick anyway. So that's worth thinking about. Yeah, that is worth thinking about, and I should do that. Right. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to do some faffing around to take this out on a USB stick so we know where we are. I'm going to end the stream here, but thank you all for paying attention to me.